Yo, we back. What is going on, y'all? What's up? Like, how's y'all day going, man? I know mine's good. Today, we're gonna use Metro Boomin in the title again. I promise this is the last time I'm using Metro Boomin in the title. I promise, alright? I ain't gonna do it anymore. That's a lie. But today we're gonna be doing a chords tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how to make chords, chord progressions, and I guess show you how to make chords that are that sound, dark, or like something that Metro Boomin would do. So I'm gonna get into it. Alright, so now that we have our sample channel loaded and everything's loaded up, now what we're gonna do something that I did in the last video. If you haven't checked that out now, how to make Metro Boomin melodies, go ahead and check that out. But we're gonna do the same thing I did in the last video. We're gonna go ahead and click on this stamp tool, go ahead and look for the Phrygian scale, which is right here. Alright, there we go. We got our sampler channel with our ghost notes, and now we can begin with the tutorial. Alright, so I did something very similar to what I did in the last video. All I did was, make a scale visible to us by adding it to the sampler channel, and this will help us, pick out different chords and notes and things like that we want for our chord progression. So first thing I like to do is, of course, choose a new note. So our first note. So what we're gonna do is choose any note. I'm just gonna use D sharp. I'm gonna use D sharp, and when you're building chords on like one of these scales, what you're gonna do, you can go. I just start from the bottom and go up. I'm pretty sure you can go from the top and go down, but let's just work from the bottom. We're gonna use D sharp as the root note, and then we're gonna skip every highlighted note. So we're gonna go to this D sharp first, and then we're gonna go to skip F, then we're gonna go to G, skip G sharp, and then go to A sharp. So this will give you a major D sharp major chord. So here's what that sounds like. So that's what that sounds like. So, and now what I like to do with when I want to choose like another or the next chord, I use the top note. So like the A sharp, I'm gonna use that top note to help me get the next chord, because that's what your ear hears in the chord like the most. Like that's the tone that your ear is gonna hear the most. It's the highest pitched the highest pitched note. So we're gonna use the top note and then go from A sharp and choose whatever I'm feeling's nice. So that's in the scale, of course. So I'm gonna use D sharp. I guess D sharp sounds good because like going from A sharp to D sharp has a nice little vibe or melody, whatever you want to call it. And then this time I'm just gonna go down. So I'm just gonna go ahead, skip C. Or no, skip C sharp, go to C. Skip, where is it? This one, A sharp, and go to G sharp. So this is what chord progression is gonna now sound like. So there we got our little chord progression. And I know it sounds cool, but now we gotta expand it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go even further. We're gonna just keep using that little technique I like to do with the top notes. So we're gonna go from A sharp to D sharp. Let's go A. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and choose another one, another top note. Oops. Alright. And now I'm just gonna do the same thing. I could just count, or I could just, you could just copy and paste these notes because they're the same spacing. So just make sure that there's 2 spaces in between here and the top ones to make sure like it's a major chord, because we're gonna do a major for now. And I'm gonna show you guys how to make them minor. So I'm just gonna copy this over. So this is what our chord progression is gonna sound like using the techniques that I have already showed you guys. So here's what it sounds like. Alright, so our chord progression sounding, sounds regular, pretty normal. Nothing dark. They are all major chords, just meaning that this middle note is two spaces between the top note. That's all it is. So in order to make these chords all minor chords, all you would do is highlight all of the middle notes, so like here, and you would just shift them down one, and that would just make them all minor chords. So they're gonna sound like this now. So yeah, there's what that sounds like. And as you can tell, you know what I'm saying, it sounds a little bit different. It has a little bit of a darker vibe. But the reason why the last one, I don't know if you caught it, but the last one kind of sounded a little weird compared to the other ones. That's only just because, like, sometimes in your chord progression, you're going to want to change one of the notes from minor to major or major to minor, because it just doesn't fit. And changing it from major to minor just fixes it automatically, so we're just going to do that. So I just changed this one. Instead of minor, I just kept it at major. So we're going to hear what it sounds like. So as you can probably tell, the last chord now sounds, you know what I'm saying, like it goes with the rest of the chord progression. So another trick, or one other thing that I like to do, is I like to keep the chords like in line with each other, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, as you can tell, like, so these chords, they look like they're ascending, right? So in order to try and keep them in line, I just try and transpose these notes, like some of the top notes, I try and transpose them down. So I just hit Control and then down on the arrow key. I try and make them a bit more in line so that it doesn't like stray out of like the octave as much. So as you can tell, all these chords for the most part stay in the octave. So this is what the new chord progression is going to sound like. And I can even do this even more, bring down D here, and then see what that sounds like. So as you can tell, by doing that, it kind of makes your chord progression a little bit simpler, and it doesn't make it too crazy. And I don't know, I just like doing that a lot, just because I just, you know, want to keep my stuff uniform. And moving on, we're just gonna move on to the bass notes. So just like in the last tutorial I did with the melodies, bass notes are just, you know, notes below the main melody or harmony that you're doing. So with chords, we're doing harmony. But yeah, with the bass notes, you can choose one of the notes from the actual scale. So like the ghost notes, you know, assuming that it sounds nice. So not all notes are gonna sound nice. So like C isn't gonna sound nice, but a good way to find notes that sound nice is probably just using the lowest note that's already in that chord. So D sharp would probably be nice for this one, as well as that one, and then F, this one, and then D sharp again. And of course, you could always change it around. You know, like even you could probably put A sharp actually for this one, since A is already in the chord progression. So we're gonna try it out and see what it sounds like. So yeah, as you can tell, there is my nice bass line, I guess you would call it. You know, once again, you could play around with these. Another thing I like to do is add some notes up top, not a full-blown melody. Sometimes I do that, add melodies above my my chord progressions, but we're not even gonna get into that. I'm just gonna show you like a really, like, you know, cool way to like add spice or flavor to your chord progressions. So one thing I like to do, so going back, remember how we were doing the skipping the ghost notes and whatnot? So we're gonna kind of do that again, but this time we're not gonna have just one note. We're not gonna have one note play the entire time for the top. So by this I mean, instead of having this A sharp play for the whole time, we're gonna switch it up halfway between the bar and skip this note, skip the next ghost note, and bring another half to C sharp, and then this is what that just sounded like. Sorry, I thought it was C sharp, I meant D sharp, because I do remember that we did change around the notes, so I forgot about that. So instead of C sharp, it would be D sharp, because obviously there's a D sharp in the chord progression. So yeah, we're gonna carry on. So even with that, we can change We can do the same thing with this one. So we're just gonna move it up to F. Let's do F, since F is the lowest note. We're gonna use F and try that out. So let's play it. But yeah, honestly, this is like such an easy trick, but like it helps so much. Like when I discovered doing this, or when I first started doing this, like I would just abuse this so much. I would use this so much in all of my like pads and like different bells and stuff, and make like the craziest patterns. So you can go ham with this, and like even add more notes. Like, so let's try adding an F sharp after this one, because we gotta be crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? So let's try that. So yeah, you can just add more notes, and the more more notes you add, the more complex it's gonna get. And most of the time, if you are selective about the notes you choose, it is going to sound better. The melody, the chord progression itself is gonna sound better. And yeah, you can just play around with that and keep doing that. And one more thing that I like to do with chords, I don't know how I forgot to like mention this, but strumming. All right, I think I mentioned this before, I'm not sure, but what strumming does is it just makes it so that when the chords are played on the piano roll, the notes don't all hit at the same speed. So like what that means is, I'm just gonna do it. All right, so hit Alt S, highlight all your chords or whatever, hit Alt S, start. That's what it is. Use the start one, don't use the end one. I don't use the end one. All right, so we're just gonna change the strength to whatever that is. Hit accept, and then now you're gonna hear a very, very big difference in how the notes are played. So yeah, as you can tell there, the notes were played almost one at a time instead of all at the exact same time, because it just sounds a little bit more humanistic and realistic. And that's what you want in your beats. You want your beats to sound realistic, not robotic. But yeah, that's about it for that. I think that's about it for my chords. Let me guys know what you thought about the video in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helped you guys learn something. And yeah, we're just getting started, man. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. We're almost at 5K subs. We're not almost, but I mean we're pretty much there. But yeah, subscribe so we can get to this 5K. And yeah, man, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.